Hello everyone, welcome to Haley Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? All right. Yeah, we got someone being a little sneaky. Yeah. We got a person here this is often someone who's insecure. Someone who pushes someone away and kind of sneaks away here. Yeah, it could be somebody who has a habit here. And it could even be yourself. You might be pushing someone away here. And it often has to do with two people who just aren't on the same page. But yeah, I do think it's an energy of learning something, needing to figure something out here. Yeah. Well, we have a little hermit energy, a little Virgo, Taurus energy here. Yeah, I feel as though what we've got going on is there's some sort of life path choice, a path that someone was on. See, somebody here is looking for clues, kind of doing some soul searching here to do with their life, their habits, their patterns of behavior, the way they conduct themselves. It could be someone who has insecurities, but really watch out for someone here it could be a person pushing people away because they don't want to make any commitment. See, it never goes anywhere. But this is someone looking at this path, so yeah, it could be somebody who's being a little bit sneaky here, where they push someone away because they don't want to commit. And it could have to do with insecurities. Yeah, it has someone here who, I think it's saying to look at the bigger picture. This is someone who needs to figure out what makes them happy, what fulfills them emotionally. Because I do think there's someone not letting someone in, maybe emotionally, or just pushing them away when it's time to make a commitment. Yeah, lifestyles, habit, the way someone's been conducting themselves, the hermit energy. Yeah, I think you're dealing with someone here who, it never seems to go anywhere, but it has to do with whether someone will ever change. Tell me about this Seven of Swords. Yeah, it's some sort of obsession here. Something kind of unhealthy, an unhealthy situation. The Devil, little Capricorn energy as well. Yeah, lots of earth energy here. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Yeah, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands. Yeah, it has to do with someone who, this is something obviously unhealthy, overindulging. Someone's a bit obsessed here with the situation. They're trying to figure something out. But like I say, we got a person who's very focused. There's insecurities. Yeah, it's a person who literally lacks confidence, but it's someone who needs to learn to tame the beast. See, it has to do with someone who doesn't follow society's rules. They kind of like to do everything their way. So if you're dealing with someone, it's all I feel about yourself, taming that beast within yourself. Too, being strong, being brave, but I feel like you're dealing with someone who's got some kind of unhealthy obsession, a pattern, habit, a behavior, kind of being sneaky here. But often this is someone who's, let me say, overindulging in something here, an unhealthy, could be someone's lifestyle, but I feel it's more about insecurities. Yeah. Tell me about this Two of Wands. Yeah, it's out with the old and with the new. I feel some of you, it could very well be yourself, making decisions here. It's time to release a situation or someone here and let go. Because I feel like you have a choice to make here. Tell me about the Hierophant. Yeah, see, this is someone having a massive epiphany, tower coming down. Someone having a little meltdown here. I think we have a person who's had enough. See, taking the strength to put an end to. This is the tower coming down. Somebody maybe wasn't faithful. But it has a lot to do with this person. See, it's a little bit of an awakening energy here. Someone here, it has to do with someone healing, releasing, but it is out with the old and in with the new. So let's have a look at the Hermit. Some of you definitely, looks like some of you got an opportunity here. Yeah, it's telling you to figure out what makes you happy. And I do think that this figuring things out, having this realization of somebody here is being kind of sneaky, they're not faithful or loyal. Yeah, so this is where I feel. I do see a healing energy, though. It is the awakening card. Somebody here kind of waking up and realizing it's time to let go, release and renew. It's time for something new. There we have, you have a person here possibly coming your way. You got a person here going through this. It could be them, someone here letting go, but it has to do with strength, confidence, there's kindness, compassion. Yeah, taming the beast, teaching someone how you want to be treated. I do think you got a person here who's in this kind of energy, though. Yeah, and I feel it's about assessing the situation, looking at the bigger picture. See, getting yourself out there. I feel like there's somebody here who, I feel like this is yourself. You need to soul search. You need to let go. It's about putting yourself out there. Yeah, see, assessing a situation here that's very unhealthy. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's time to go down a whole new path here. Yeah, see, two people should be building each other up, not tearing each other down. But it's also tearing down the walls, you see. This is, somebody here's got walls built around themselves. It's all about choosing the one, but somebody has an unhealthy attachment. It could be to do with the physical connection here. But to me, a 7 wands, 8 of wands, it's like I'm out of here, been there, done that. I don't think you're dealing with someone who is crazy about you, but this person does is when it's time to take it to the next level and commit, it doesn't go anywhere. Someone between two worlds. So I feel like it's yourself between two worlds, out with the old, in with the new. It's time to make a decision to go down a new path. Because it is about two people coming together, teaming up. Two people who are supposed to build each other up, work together as a team. Happy home, happy life. It's time to assess the situation and see what makes you happy. Some of you, it's just getting yourself out there. This could be where you've gone through this energy. Yeah, see, it's telling you already know the answers you're seeking. It's whether somebody is the right person or not. I do think you're going to have a massive epiphany or realization. If this is yourself, I feel like it's yourself in this energy. Soul searching. It's about two people coming apart. Because if you got someone who keeps pushing you away, or they won't let you in emotionally, and they keep everything in, and it could be yourself who's keeping everything in, and where you have this out with the old, in with the new. I do think there's definitely a big healing energy here. Yeah, there's been a lot of hurt and heartache, possible third party. Yeah. Someone has a fear of commitment too. Tell me about the three of, there it is, Empress. So this is someone who's gone through, some of you have gone through this healing. This is about making yourself open and available. And I do see a person here kind of looking, what makes them happy, seeing the bigger picture, trusting your intuition, your inner knowing. It's like you just know. But yeah, look at that. This is all about keeping things to yourself here a little bit, sticking to yourself, doing some soul searching. Yeah, I feel like you've lost interest in someone here. Yeah, because they're not really investing. Like anybody who doesn't want to commit after a period of time, like I say, you have to look at how interested this person really is. See, it's about investing. I feel like you're losing interest. That realization. They may not be as interested in you if you are obsessed with them, but I feel like you're dealing with someone here. It's just not going anywhere. Crossroads, two people coming apart, but it's an energy of making a choice, moving forward. Yeah, some of you are open to new offers, opportunities, letting go of some baggage, see, releasing this beautiful healing energy. So some of you are, I feel, ready to put yourselves out there. Look at that, releasing baggage, letting it go. See, the feelings aren't mutual. Some of you have lost feelings, you're not interested, but I do think you've got, you're moving in another direction. Look at that, you have an Emperor here. You got a person assessing here too, and it could be yourself, them. This is somebody wanting to lay the foundation. It has to do with a person who will make some kind of a commitment. But it has to do with soul searching that path, going down a whole new path with someone who cooperates, compromise, someone who's compatible. Wow. Yeah, out with the old, healing, releasing all this and just letting it go. See, look at that, the baggage be gone here. This is where the sun starts to shine. You see that beautiful sun behind the Empress, someone who's open, available. This is gorgeous. Someone's really overcome a lot here, but that has to do with that inner strength. It's also someone forgiving someone, releasing them. See, when you forgive and let someone go, it's obviously somebody who's unhealthy situation, lifestyle, or just letting go of obsession. Yeah. Tell me about the Strength card. Tell me about the Strength. Yeah, see, there's a lot of sadness here. Someone feels like there's not a lot of hope. See, it's somebody who's not focusing on the Two of Cups. Some of you definitely, I see that Virgo energy here. Yeah, and I do feel this is that realization. It's time to release and let go. Yeah, someone might not be loyal or faithful. It could be where you found out about this, but I feel this is something that's happened because you're releasing the baggage. It's someone who's not reliable. You can't depend on this person. The realization they'll never be there for you. Because it shows you're losing interest, but it shows this person's not really invested how they should be when someone doesn't want to make a commitment after a period of time. Yeah, I feel like you're manifesting something new here. So you have everything you need to manifest your desires. You might even finding out someone's been manipulating, but this is yourself ready to manifest new. Look at all that sun. See, it's very bright. There's a lot of clarity. You're seeing the bigger picture, and it's ready to manifest. Yeah, two people coming apart. And it could be with something that's happened some time ago, but I feel like there's been a healing out with the old, in with the new. I feel like you're ready for new. There's an Emperor here. I do feel like you've got someone here with that Emperor qualities. They could be anyone. Yeah, look at that. There's the offer coming in. Someone who actually wants to make a commitment. They want to build that foundation. Someone here is going to lay the foundation. They're actually going to make a commitment here. Yeah, see, like I say, it's all about what you're manifesting, what you desire is love, but it's two people who come together. They lift each other up. They don't tear each other down. They're partners. They look out for each other. They're there for each other. This is a lovely energy. Tell me about the Emperor. Yeah, look at this beautiful change. This could be this person who's moved on or yourself, but this has to do with beautiful change, a whole new chapter. See, some of you, it's closing a chapter in your life here, that massive realization. But I'm going to tell you, there's happiness with this too, because it's something that needed to happen. The tower comes down by using all that inner strength to let go of this situation. If someone keeps pushing you away, blocking you, or they won't let you in, it's pretty hard to have a relationship. And I feel some of you have really figured this out. You're making a life path decision. But this is someone here making this happen. So that's what I find interesting. Someone's about to make this happen. So it could be this person doing it. This Emperor energy. I do see some Gemini. I mean, there's a lot of energies here. I see Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Aries. Yeah. Yeah, strong Gemini, little Aquarius energy. Yeah, I feel like you got someone here who's more compatible. I mean, it could really just be where there's been an obsession over someone here and it's just time to let it go. To choose somebody more compatible, someone who's willing to make a commitment. But this is a person who commits to going down this path. See, an agreement, spending time together, being together, just doing stuff together. You know, this is actually quite lovely. Yeah, I can see someone here's felt beat up. They felt like giving up. But this is when you're just about ready to give up. You see, and you're putting all this behind. This is quite lovely. I feel like you've overcome a lot here. Yeah, see, now then you start to see opportunity, seeking other opportunity. Someone here may have been treating like an option, or they had other options. They push you away. But it is an energy of seeing the possibility. See, just putting it behind. It's just when you're ready to give up. Here comes an Emperor. Wow. Yeah, look at that. See, there's beautiful change coming. This is yourself. You've been feeling pretty beat up, let down. And I do feel, like I say, you're seeing opportunity. It's about time to seek other opportunities. I think it's someone who's treating you like an option, you know. Often people do that, like they're not really that interested or invested. but you have someone here who is, and I do feel this is someone in your world, someone around you. But this is what I feel. This is something that's likely changed you forever, but very positive change, a whole new chapter. Yeah, look at that. Trying something different, someone who's different than the usual type. You could be looking at, you know, your type, the type of people, or this could be just situations. It doesn't even have to be one person. There's a lot of energies here. But it has to do with someone taking a little step back, looking at things different. Okay, it's learning to trust your own intuition. If something feels off, it's generally off. So this could be where you're just literally avoiding this situation. But this is telling me, tempering your passion. So you might be dealing with someone who's got a temper, a healthy situation, whatever it may be. But it's about leaving it behind, feeling different. No, learning to trust your intuition, and you know something is just off. So, yeah, I feel like you're basically, I mean, I think some of you are actually giving up on someone here, and you're putting it behind. But it's like some of you have given up on love because of this. But just when you're ready to give up, I see the start of something new coming in. So let's have a look. Who's the Emperor? Yeah, somebody very happy. Someone new. It's somebody new. Look at that. Oh my gosh. There's all that sun. Like I say, sun is shining. You've got this new person coming in. They're high vibrational. You're attracting. You're manifesting what you desire. Someone happy. You're manifesting each other more than likely. But I do feel to see this assessing the situation. See, some of you are moving on. You're moving forward, making sure the coast is clear. But this is the person laying the foundation. This is a happy, positive person. Really not, yeah, they're emotionally available. See, this is another thing. You're dealing with someone who probably wouldn't let you in emotionally. They aren't really emotionally available. See, that's what you're putting behind. This is absolutely gorgeous, Pisces. Masculine or feminine, take it however you wish. Yeah, see, the closing the book on the past. Some of you are closing a book on the past. You're letting all this go. Yeah, very, very powerful energy here. Tell me one more. Oops, there we are. Yeah, you got someone who never really filled your cup. Never really, you know, I feel like you made this person here. The energy of this person leaving behind is somebody they were happy just the way things were, treating you like an option. So you never got what you wanted. This is somebody who kind of bends over backwards to please someone. You're filling their cup. You're giving them what they want. This is where I feel like it could be some of you just getting really angry at someone here where you've just literally had enough. But I feel like you're being cautious. You're playing it safe. Yeah. I feel you're going to get your cup filled here. You're going to get your cup filled. You got a person who's coming in, but whatever it is that's happened, it's changed you forever. Yeah. Closing the book on the past, letting go of baggage. I feel like you got a person coming in. Whoever's coming in doesn't have a whole lot of baggage. They're also someone I feel is healed, because it is the Emperor and the Empress. These are two people who've manifested life. Two people who've gone through a lot, feeling beat up. When you're just about ready to give up, you're going to connect with this person. Yeah, a little mirroring energy. I like that because it shows that this is someone they're ready. They're emotionally ready. Look at that. See, it's an energy of change. I see growth and financial change here as well. But it's a person looking ahead, planning and preparing. Someone who's prepared. You got someone who's ready. This is somebody probably more your type. I think some of you are exploring or looking at your type, the people you've dealt with, some unhealthy situations. I mean, this could be several people where you're just looking back, you know, feeling a little beat up, but it's saying not to give up because you got this person. Don't be afraid to get yourself out there, because I do feel it's telling you to trust your intuition. Okay, it's telling you to get yourself out there. If you don't know who this is, but it's attracting what you desire by being high vibrational, needing to let go of all this, because it's about raising your vibrations. Yeah, you got someone here who's very positive. They're stable. Some of you might even have a choice between several people here. But it's about recognizing when someone is emotionally available. I feel some of you deal with people who aren't really emotionally available. That could be your type. Yeah. It's about making yourself only available to people who are. I feel, yeah, look at that, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, been there, done that, you're out of here. See, you've got, I think some of you got multiple opportunities coming in. It could just be this person in this energy, but like I say, it's about getting yourself out there. I feel like you got a person here, definitely the energy of stability. There is some Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. There's definitely all earth signs are here. And of course the water signs are here too. And some Gemini and Aquarius, which is interesting. Yeah, I like this energy. Yeah, you're moving on from a situation. See, applying lessons learned. Things calming down. But it's about two people going to come together. See, take the time to get to know someone to make sure they are emotionally available. But this is a release and renew. Out with the old, in with the new. See, it's an energy of mutual, the feelings being mutual. But I feel like you've lost interest in someone. I think the realization is the feelings just aren't mutual with this person. Maybe you've been kind of obsessed with this person, but it's time to move on. Okay, just take it as it resonates. Could be this person too in the same energy. But there is an energy of mutual, but it's an energy of healing. Lots of healing energy here. Temperance is also a healing card. It's finding that inner balance. Yeah, I feel like you've got this. I really do. Like I feel that you got a new person of interest. It's learning to recognize when someone is interested in you for the right reasons too. Where they're really truly invested, where they're able to connect on that emotional level. That's what I feel that you're applying to this situation, this learning. I feel like you're avoiding a disaster. So some of you are probably doing this and going to avoid a disaster by moving on from this person. If they treat you like an option, I think some of you have actually figured this out. But it's about the two of you coming together, learning about each other. See, getting to know someone and knowing when to move on. And that's what I feel some of you are doing. But look at this beautiful energy. This is about moving forward. This is about a partnership. Two people who work together. They spend time together. And they're there for each other through thick and thin. I actually feel like there's financial abundance. A lot of financial abundance and change here. That whatever this is, I feel it's changed you forever. That this whole new chapter, I feel, is just beautiful. Wow, Emperor and Empress energy, two people who've manifested all the energies of the kings and the queens. It's an energy of being prepared and preparing. These two people are ready to partner up. Yeah, this is someone who looks ahead. They like to plan ahead. So I feel like you have a person coming in to make some kind of commitment. Okay, to spend time together, spending more time together, to be together, to learn about each other. That's a really good start here. Wow. Yeah, you're definitely leaving behind a very unhealthy situation. But I feel like you're feeling empowered here because you have everything you need to manifest your desires. So you got skills. We got two people here who have life skills now. So you're manifesting all this energy, but you've mastered life. You've mastered all the energies of the kings and the queens. One of the hardest one is the King and the Queen of Cups. It's about looking at that emotional connection between two people. But it's the building each other up, supporting each other, being there. Some of you may have had someone who put you down, tore you down, pushed you away. They lacked emotional intimacy. They're not letting you in. Well, this is somebody who will let someone in. This is a gorgeous energy. So if you haven't been getting out there, I feel the message here is to get out there, put yourself out there, let go of all this past energy. I do feel there's this soul searching about the path you've been on. It's time for a whole new path and a whole new chapter in your life. So a lot of growth and abundance, lots of change. There are necessary changes that need to be made. When the Hierophant shows up with the world, it means there's necessary changes, but it's changes for the better. And it's that realization that someone will never change, especially that person who pushes you away and it never goes anywhere. They won't commit. Yeah. Seeking other opportunities. Take care. Bye for now.